That's cool. Yeah, there you go. I can see all there squeezing in.
We're too fat.
Midnight Furnace, thanks for coming on the show.
No worries. It's all good.
Cool. I guess we'll start at the beginning. When did Midnight Furnace kind of first kick off?
Oh, you know better than me.
Yeah, it was, I think the exact date was the 28th of December 2018. That's when Jake and I, we met up after a few years of not seeing each other, so we just decided to have a random jam session, and we thought we may as well just start up a band if all was going well, and obviously it led to this moment here. So all is going well.
No, yeah, and then it was only me and Lucas at the start, and then we found Cam jumped on board on bass, and then we were struggling to find a singer itself, and then myself and Alex spoke on Facebook. He was on another post doing someone asked about some Rob Zombie shit, and then I asked, do you want to come try out on some vocals? And we sent him a demo, and he wrote some lyrics to it, and coming out of jam, and that pretty much writes itself from there. So
cool.
Yeah, it's good, real good. So
cool. Okay. The stuff, what I've heard sounds real guitar-driven kind of stuff, which is awesome. What sort of bands are you guys? Not trying to emulate directly, but what are you inspired by?
That's hard, man.
It's pretty big range. It's a lot of everything. Pretty much anything that's got a lot of thrash and chug to it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm inspired by.
Yeah, there's probably not really, any influence about when we actually write our music. It's, these two boys write some bloody guitarists that, if it sounds good, then we'll put something together and use it. But yeah, people like, you sound a bit like Pantera here, or a bit like Tool here, or sometimes even Slayer, and you get all sorts of shit. But yeah, there's too many bloody genres of music that we actually put into our songs that we can't really put it into one. So
yeah, every song sounds different. Like, we don't want every song sounding the same, so that gets boring. So we just make everyone sound a little bit different here and there.
Yeah, cool. You're saying like you guys come up with the riffs to start with. What's the sort of songwriting process after that?
We just write the riffs, and we just play along to like a backing track on the drums. We just make up any drum beat, play some riffs here and there. If we can't come up with anything, we'll move along to another drum beat. If something sticks out, then we kind of record that just so that we have it in the background. And then we write a few riffs pretty much. If we have like 5 or so riffs, then we kind of piece them together into a song, and then we play around with the drums, mix and match drums to certain riffs and come up with the structure. And from there it just kind of snowballs into a song.
Sends it to me, and then I'll just do lyrics and whatever other guitar harmonies or other shit that I can think of to embellish it a bit. But yeah.
I'll pretty much turn up and do what I'm told.
Yeah. All right, cool. I see you guys released some singles. How was the recording and everything for those?
These guys actually do it at home.
Yeah, they're all just home recorded.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, the way they do it though, it sounds alright. Like, I've been told the production for it's actually really good. So, I guess once we finalise what we want to put on an album, then we'll actually go track it in the studio. But even still with that, a lot of the stuff they can still do at home with their programs, and it would just pretty much be going to track some drums in the actual studio, and then I'll mix and master it. So yeah, it's a pretty easy process really. It's simple, so it's effective.
Yeah. How'd you go tracking the drums for the singles? Did you do that at home?
When Lucas writes, Lucas has written most of the songs, and he actually used a program at home with that. So
yeah, I use a VST plugin called Easy Drummer. So all the drums are pretty much made through that. So they're very basic drum beats. Like, if you listen to the recordings, they're just you know, basic beats with a few little fills here and there, but then I give Jake the freedom to add in whatever he wants. Like once we write the song, then I have to tell him, you know, you can add in whatever fills you want, as long as, you know, it still sounds similar to this. So it's kind of like a template. We use the drums.
Okay, cool.
But it's easier, like, for myself, especially, like, it's kind of just like a guideline thing. And instead of sitting there like, oh, fucking, what am I supposed to put here or something like that? It's like, oh, here it is. As Lucas said, you know, you put whatever you want in, and as long as, you know, the guideline kind of stays the same. And it's a lot easier to actually learn the music as well when you have all that sent to you. So, but yeah, until we want to go and actually do an album, we don't really touch the studio at the moment. So
we just did that live recording at Oracle Sound at Malaga. With Jay, and that came out pretty good. I just think I didn't need to re-record the vocals because I had a real bad night.
Okay, yeah.
It's fucking, I was like, fuck.
So is that, will you release that recording, the live one?
That's actually on the Facebook page.
Yeah, we've got one of the songs we did, Lost Cause. That's up on with the video and everything. So
yeah.
Cool, nice one. Listening to your recorded stuff, like I can hear that it's melodic and that, but there's also that real kind of bass-heavy guitar sound in there, which is cool. Is that kind of what you had in mind, like what you could hear in your head before you put it out, sort of thing?
I mean, I really love the melodic parts. It just makes it easier to come up with vocal lines and shit like that to like make songs a bit catchier and sort of get stuck in people's heads. And then I love all that harmonized Swedish sort of shit. So sometimes the riffs have come to me with just the main line, and then I've just chucked a fucking harmony on it in parts just to give it a bit of extra something.
The bass really comes.
Yeah,
bass comes through really nice. So it just pretty much just matches up to rhythm of the guitar, and try to keep it pretty simple in that regard. Otherwise, spend days trying to make something sound sound technical, but it actually sounds like shit. So simple with regards to the bass.
Yeah, we don't make our guitar riffs or drums like really technical because we believe like sometimes simple is better. And obviously simple makes it a bit more melodic as well, which is more easier to the audience's ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you just go to a show and it's a real technical band, and like if it's not mixed really fucking spot on, it just becomes a fucking mess. It's just like, you can see it. It looks really impressive, but I can't hear shit.
But it's also like as an audience member, like listening to more technical fucking music, it's sometimes like actually harder to get it stuck in your head and remember that song. You know, like as Lucas said, like sometimes simple is more, and you know, those easy melodic riffs that sound really catchy are the ones that will get stuck in a person's head, rather than this, you know, blah, 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 bullshit. So, you know, like, yeah, that's pretty much like with our music. That's kind of what we go with, anyways. Is just more simple, chunkier, catchy riffs. So yeah.
Cool. What about like lyrical themes? Like, what kind of thing are you normally writing about?
I just really hate the way society is, so a lot of it's about I mean, it sounds like real political or something, but I don't give a shit about politics. I just fucking hate the world. So just pretty much write about shit like that, and this sort of main.
It's like the upper power sort of bullshit.
Yeah, just you know, the sort of chosen few at the top of the fucking heap, pulling all the strings, and the rest of us just fucking slaves and
suckling at the teat.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're talking about a full length event eventually. Are you guys riding at the moment?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Done, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we pretty much have it for an album. We can maybe add in an extra 2, probably 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I got sort of one that I started writing. Just needs some lyrics and shit, and that'll be another one probably we can get chucked in the mix, and then maybe one more, and then we can look at getting into the studio.
It's more time, because Can's in another band, he runs out of time as well, and obviously work and kids and everything like that. Trying to find where everyone's actually got the time. It also costs money as well, but it's more like, I don't think we also want to rush getting into that sort of shit yet. We kind of said at the start, we'll play, a certain amount of shows and get our name a bit more out there, and then we'll think about, getting the album and getting shit on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube and everything like that. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about shows. What shows have you guys got coming up?
got we're doing one in a couple of weeks. It's just a little all ages gig. It's called Mosh in the Sanatorium. It's just a monthly all ages thing. They run at Vision Studios. So we'll be playing that. We'll just use that as a dress rehearsal for the next week. We're playing Storm Rider. So yeah, that'll be a fucking really big show.
Yeah, it's definitely our biggest show yet.
Yeah. And we've got a couple in the works towards the end of the year. We got a couple of messages the other day. One of our mates' bands, they're doing an album launch in November. I booked out Amplifier for the end of November. We were going to have to change the date, so we'll run our own gig. We've got the other bands already lined up, but we were thinking about using that as either like a video launch or a single launch, but we haven't really decided on that yet. And we're supposed to be doing a thing called Friday the 13th in August. They do it at the Record Bar. Supposedly it's going ahead, but
Haven't heard much.
yeah, I haven't really heard much, but I get the email saying, yeah, now it's going ahead. We'll let you know tomorrow. And that was like fucking 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, yeah.
All right. Well, look, Midnight Furnace, thanks for coming on the show, and I look forward to seeing you guys at Storm Rider in particular, man. It'll be good.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Cheers for the chat,
Cheers,
mate.
bro.
Cool. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.